Hey everybody, Steve, 1,000 Year Home. So, lunch on a construction site. Remember when you were a little kid and you used to play pirate or cowboy or whatever, and you would break for lunch and you brought your little sack lunch. And it's a bit like that, only it's every day. So what I have is a cooler in a cooler because the fire ants won't leave anything alone. And I don't like to use poison. I use a little bit to protect my rabbit. I went around his cage before I put him in there. So in here, of course, I've got things that they could break into. Once I open up something, I've got some fruit in here, and everything's dried, right? Because my refrigerator is inside there, still waiting for me to wire up the solar. So once I get that done, I have a really cute retro 1950s style brand new refrigerator in there, so that's going to be awesome. It'll really blend in once this I get the Spanish Mission vibe going on there. So so I've got a dry cooler, which actually it could be a wet cooler. It's got a bottle opener there, which is super convenient. And so I put things in a cooler when I want to protect my dry goods. If it's sealed, it seems like I get away with not having them, not finding fire ants. So if it's sealed, I generally can get away with this. But as soon as I open it up, I have to put it in somewhere. And I keep some spare water in there. So that jug is full of things that I pre-cool as well as water. Now, I don't drink the water out of this tap. You can see I use it to wash my hands. And it's super cool and it refreshes me throughout the day. So I go get ice every other day, I suppose. And I throw my water and things in there, and I pre-cool them, and then I throw them in the big cooler, which I just bought. And I really like this Pelican cooler, and I will highly recommend it. So look, it's got these amazingly large, really easy to use wheels. It's got proper clips instead of and they always break, the little rubber T handles that latch. Now look at this thing. I hate those handles that come up, telescope up, because they always break, and then you can't do anything with it. So just this amazing design. I think I'll get 3 or 4 days on a bag of ice out of this. And if you're a fisherman, it's got inches and centimeters on the top. And so in here, I buy my sandwiches for a couple of days, and I throw them in there. I also do the Reggie food. So not only does he get pellets, but if you take a look, my little rabbit, I've got some bok choy in there for when he's done with his salad over there, a designer salad. So in here, I can reach in and grab a couple of things and close it up. So I'd have to say I'm living pretty high, actually. This is as long as I could keep a positive attitude and let me feel my youth come through this thing. It's not tedious at all. And occasionally I'll even get milk and put it in there and have milk and cereal in the morning, like I'm 5 years old again, and I feel all young. But I can really recommend these things. So I don't remember the prices of them, but still has it. I got it at Home Depot, so I don't even have to remember the price on that one. Look, $139 for an 80-quart light brown wood grain cooler, and it's on a pallet and it wheels. And once I get a deck, this will be pretty good for out on the deck. I have used it as a cooler, and that's how I cleaned it. I put ice in it and I washed it out when I first got it, but it didn't stay cool very long. This bad boy, now that stays cool for a while. So that I got at Home Depot. This I got on Amazon, and I compared it to Yeti, and I remember it being half price. So I'm gonna guess a couple of $100 is what I paid for that. But you're welcome to look at it yourself. Pelican. And there it is, Elite Cooler, 45 quart. I'm not affiliated. I used to have my affiliate process, but I let it lapse years ago. So I am not affiliated yet, but I'll get affiliated eventually. And then I'll have to go in and mark all of my YouTube channels with affiliates with links. And as you know, then you could help somebody. But in the meantime, don't feel bad at all going to Amazon or to your Academy or whoever has these pellets. I tell you, I look at how thick the walls are in here, right? And look at that seal. And this is a no joke cooler. So Texas is running 105, 101, 100, and this thing's holding up. I'm getting 2 or 3 days easy out of the ice, and I think once it gets cooled and I'm just always replacing it, I bet you I'll get 4 to 5 days. They say 10 days. I don't know how that would be possible in Texas. The surface of the sun. I'm standing on the surface of the sun. It just happens to have grass and mesquite. But this cooler is going to be a game changer. I am so close. I'm maybe 2 or 3 weeks away from having a room done inside of the one container. And then I'll have it wired and I'll put my fridge in there and I'll live at a certain better level of standard than a pop-up camper out on a construction site. But I gotta admit, I'm having fun. You know, I'm enjoying this at some level. So anyway, like and subscribe if you're looking for a good cooler system. This works. I got it, and one I use for transporting ice back and forth, so that's always in the truck. I'm going to put that cooler always in the truck for my dry goods coming back and forth from the grocery store. So 2 travel coolers, an Igloo and that, for one for ice, one for dry goods. And then on site, I'm going to leave this Pelican sit right there, and I've got this for putting myself. And look at this ice cream table that I have. It's on a swivel, so when I want to wash my hands, I just swivel it around in the morning. I wash my hands and face, and I'm all washed up for lunch, so I'm going to get my turkey sandwich out of there and have lunch. So that works pretty good if you've got a semi-permanent construction site that's 30 miles from everywhere, and I do have power. You could hear it running, but I don't want to put a fridge on that because if I have to move one of the trucks and go get gas, or my Jackery doesn't have enough juice, I've got big solar, 11 kilowatts, but I don't have it hooked up yet. Once I have that hooked up with the battery backup unit, then I can go a week even without sun, right, and still running a fridge. But in the meantime, I don't want a lot of spilled goods, so I'm living mostly dry goods and out of a cooler. So this is Steve, 1,000 Years Home. Like and subscribe. Looking forward to seeing you again. Bye.